Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, we're going to start it on this screen today because we are doing a LiveCom, and of course I am going to walk you through what's happened in the previous month before we get into the game against Shrewsbury. Now, it's not been as fantastic as I would have liked. Like, we had that fantastic September, and it was sort of culminated here with the Hartlepool game. Unfortunately, we got our first draw of the season. I was really disappointed in this one because we were so much better than York. It might not look it here, but it was 7-2 to us on clear-cut chances. We were 7-0 up before they even got involved in the game. Andy Bartram's early goal, but we missed so many good opportunities, and that was what was eventually the death of us. Grant Basie got one back for them from a corner when he was left unmarked for some weird reason. And then Miles Story, who else, stepped up and made it 2-1 to us, but they scored again. Jake Hyde was able to get them level, which sucks, and that was terrible. So it was our first drop points in quite some time, to be honest. Then we had our cup game in the Johnston's Paint Trophy against Swindon. Now, we were the favourites for the game, despite the fact that we're in the division below. They are having a horrific time in their league, so they are bottom. So I wasn't that surprised when we went there and did actually kind of do relatively well. Atanyana's goal early on was quickly cancelled out by Massimo Luongo. However, Miles Story put us back in front just before half-time. Andy Bartram kind of wrapped it up a little bit in the second half by making it 3-1 just before 50 minutes. So we did kind of ease off a little bit, and I was going to try and sit. But then Jack Stevens got on back with 5 minutes to go, and thankfully Bartram was there again. He's a brilliant player, and he's been having an even better month this month. And he was there again to step in and make it 4-2. So we are through to the next round of the Johnston's Paint Trophy, and we've been drawn against... Who have we been drawn against? Bristol City. We've got an FA Cup first round tie coming soon. That could be against anyone. Next up, we went to Mansfield, and this was disappointing. In fact, we didn't even go to Mansfield. They came to us. They had one shot on target in the entire game. Rakesh Bingham broke through our back line. He's a fast bastard, and was able to put them in front, and we couldn't get back. We just couldn't. Nothing we did could break... Oh, we broke them down. We had quite a few shots. It was like 3 clear-cut chances to... well, I think it was one. Their one did count as a clear-cut chance. But unfortunately, losing Miles' Story in the 14th minute, and he got a gashed shin, I think, which meant that he missed our next game. But it was sad. It was our first home defeat of the season, and I really did want to see how long we can keep the unbeaten run going. And unfortunately, in the next game, things didn't really get much better. It was against Bury, and Bury play a very strange system, and it's nice to see that on FM15 there are actually lots of teams playing lots of different types of formations. This was a really strange system they play. I don't know if I can actually show you the way they play. It's really odd. Like, it's a back 5, but then a really narrow middle and 2 strikers. So the idea is that their wing backs are going to create the width, and my plan was basically to try and get our team pushed up quite high against them so that we could catch them on the break and get into those channels where their fullbacks would not be able to get back quick enough against our fast wingers. Now, we took the lead early on through Craig Westcart's penalty, but Jack Powell was immediately there to equalise for Bury. And then, unfortunately, their style seemed to really differ. So what they were doing was they were whipping in balls from really... They were doing early crosses, and people like Nardiella were just heading them and winning the headers against us, and we couldn't do much about it. So we dropped a little bit deeper, and eventually... Well, that cost us even more, if anything, because Nardiello put them in front with exactly one of those. That was when we decided to change the tactic. However, we were level again through David Connolly, of all people, coming off the bench at 37 years old to level up the game for us, but within seconds Craig Jones had put Bury back in front again. It took a 90th minute own goal from Shoan Jalal, who... It should have been Andy Bartram's goal, really, but it wasn't. It didn't go down as his goal. Thankfully, a couple of injuries as well for Bury meant that the game was kind of a bit bitty, and we maybe were lucky to get away with a 3-3 draw there, to be honest. Has to be said. We maybe got a little bit lucky there. But we got the draw, and it at least stopped. It meant we didn't lose 2 games in a row. And we have, of course, just literally like 5 minutes ago played this game. We got back on the horse. This was a strange one because basically David Connolly has been banging on at me again about first team football, as the same problem I'm getting in the St. Pauli one. Everybody's complaining about not getting first team football. And it's a little bit irritating because you can't keep them all happy, and it's really upsetting the squad balance. So I decided to just give David Connolly a start, and he actually scored 2 goals in first half stoppage time. Now, I didn't even see them because I was busy trying to make a tactical change at the time to bring David Connolly off, because he actually got injured in like the 23rd minute, and it wouldn't let me change him for some reason. He actually scored twice in first half stoppage time, despite having a serious injury. So that's a strange one. Not serious enough to obviously get him off the pitch. And then right after half time, Robinson, so that was actually a 45th minute goal, 46th, and there was a 48th minute, and then a 47th minute goal from Paul Robinson from a corner, whipped in by Ricky Holmes. Made it 3-0, and then Worley was sent off not long after that, so I thought, well, let's not overdo this. We've got a tough game coming up against Shrewsbury at the end of the week, although they have just sacked their manager, which is kind of cool for us. And I figured we may as well just take a little breather, save some energy, which is exactly what we've done. And that brings us to today, Shrewsbury. Now, this is the league at the moment. As you can see, we are still top, obviously. We've already scored 40 goals, which is pretty damn amazing. And we have 32 points. We're 7 clear of Southend and 8 clear of Mansfield, who, of course, beat us at Fratton Park. So they're obviously a contender this year. And, well, 10 points are dropping out of the automatic promotion spot, so we're still in a relatively comfortable position. Story's injury meant that he's, lost a little bit of ground on the likes of Kwesi Appiah, and Alex Winter is now our most consistent player, despite Andy Bartram's fantastic run, but he did pick up an injury. Again, we've had quite a lot of injuries. Now, I'm not going to show you the stats just yet. I'm going to show you them after the... in fact, no, screw it. We'll do the stats now. We'll do all the stuff that we normally do, and then we'll go do the LiveCom, basically, because you'll know what's going to happen when we do the LiveCom anyway. So, Jed Wallace and Danny Hollins are our top sort of appearance makers, so to speak. Top goal scorer, Miles Story with 11, but Bartram now has 8 goals, which is fantastic. So, I don't think he'll be starting on the bench today, and I don't think Story will either, but they were in the last game due to injuries. Assists, Jed Wallace has 9 assists. He is putting in some fantastic crosses. My God. And Danny Hollins is doing well, putting those balls through from the midfield. He's generally playing as a kind of box-to-box, so it's good that he's getting those assists. Most player of the matches, well, that's between Wallace, Hollins and Bartram now, all with 2 each. Top pass rating? Partington, he's really starting to find that position now. He's making that position his own, and that's good to see. Although Connolly, in the games he's played, has actually done very, very well at linking up the play, which is good to see. Most yellows, Hollins and Butler have 4 each, and the most reds, of course, Paul Robinson's red, where he reverted to type. Alex Winter overall probably, is just shading it, which is a little bit odd, but he's been he's just had some good performances, and obviously there's quite a few loan players here, so we are going to have to look at some permanent signings at some point too, because otherwise if we do get promoted, we could be left in the lurch, and we don't want that, especially since the board have just announced that we're going to be getting even less transfer money now, due to the club making losses. We're losing about 280 grand a month as it stands, but we shall have to see how things go in the future. Now, let's go into the match preview. Right, so Shrewsbury are playing a kind of 4-2-3-1 kind of system, but with the 2 deep lying midfielders. They're going to be tough to break down, but I don't know whether they're particularly fast. In fact, from what I'd read, they were. Let's see, tactics. What? Well, they concede a lot of goals, but that's with wing backs, and we don't play that kind of system. So, the best thing I think we can do for them. Let's just have a look at the team selection. Best thing we can do would be to... I'm thinking we could probably push higher up against Shrewsbury. We are away from home, but they're there for the taking at the moment with the low confidence in the team. So I think maybe if we do push higher up, we can always change this. But I think that's... Yeah, I think that could probably just work if we just stick to the way I've been playing around. I'm just going to do a quick pick and then fiddle with it. So Westcott will start. I think I'm going to start Miles Story here because... Yeah, okay, he's not quite fully fit, but he's just been so prolific in front of goal that... we can't not be playing him. We did get an offer for a Derby player to come in on loan, but unfortunately, the only position he can play happens to be Jed Wallace's position. And yeah, he's better, but I don't want to hamper the progress of Jed Wallace because he's having such a great season. Let's see, is there anyone else? I mean, there's a couple of players have got a bit lack of fitness, but do I really want to rock the boat in that respect? Is there anyone on the bench that I could... David Connolly... Oh, he had his good game, but he could do with a rest for this one. He's not fully fit. His condition's only 83. He's not the youngest anymore. And the likes of Angerman and Davis are slowly getting back to full fitness after their injury. So I think that is pretty much what we're going to have to go for this game. So let's submit that team and get ourselves into the match. Now, of course, it will be on 2D Classic, but you will see the goals in 3D, provided there are some. There better be, because where are Shrewsbury in the league? They should be right down the bottom. Okay, so they're hovering dangerously close to the relegation places with 15 points from 14 games. We need a good result here, so let's just move along to the next screen, hopefully. That's a strange one. It pissed. Oh, did I not click it? That's strange. Right, okay. Don't really need to do anything there. Right. I already have... I'll apply that advice anyway, but the fact is I already have my player instructions set up for this. I sometimes just give it a little bit, because obviously he clearly spotted that Ortega's dangerous. So we'll just... yeah, going very hard on him, it would appear. I would let him do the overall one, but then I always do the individual ones myself, because generally... well, actually, I don't always let them do the overall ones, because sometimes they do this thing where they say, we don't need to address anything after you've just won a game 4-0 against a massive side, and it's like, ugh, very, very annoying. So I always do check it. Right, and that is about that. So we will get into the game now. Hopefully, we can pull out a result. Obviously, we are the ones in the white today. Right, Chambers picks it up into Jed Wallace. Of course, that's not even a proper highlight. Hopefully, I'm only on key highlights here because I like to try and get through things quickly. I can still analyse most of that stuff from what happens in the key highlights. So they've managed to, for a share of headers. Nah, I think we'll be alright. We do use long throw systems. Watmer, Hollands picks it up on the edge of the area. Hollands, he's just holding onto the ball for too long. Right, okay, brings it back to Leo Chambers. Chambers whips the ball across. Oh, it's in! Is that an own goal or is it Jed Wallace? Oh, of course, it's fucking Jed Wallace. Well done, Jed. I don't know if he won the header in there. He looked like he was hidden by another player, but as you can see, we have started very, very strongly. Lots of shots, lots of possession, great stuff. That's the kind of thing that we need to be doing more. I'm not going to cut out the... right, here we go. So... Leo Chambers is aimlessly long ball through there. Wallace wins the header, jumps big and high, and well, Shrewsbury's keeper, no chance of getting near that, and that is what we like to see. More of that, please. I think this one could be ours for the taking. If we can pop up, I might not even have to make that many tactical changes, because it looks like we've set up perfectly for this game. Oh, great ball in behind here for Jed Wallace. Will he cross or will he just shoot? Oh, he's had a shot. That's something that is annoying. Players shooting in those sort of positions where they should be crossing is very irritating, and there's a lot of that happening on FM15 at the moment. But so far, we are dominating this game. They're having a couple of shots now, but we have started well and we've got the lead, but we do need to try and take advantage of that and maybe push forward a bit more. I'll see what happens in this highlight. They better not score from this before I maybe do an in-match team talk to try and tell them to push forward a bit more. Because as much as we don't want... I'd happily settle for a 1-0. Oh, Wallace has won it. Wallace is through on goal now. Will he shoot from long range? Oh, he's missed it. Well, I say missed it. He's had a shot very early. Right, let's just try and do an in-match team talk to get them to push forward a little bit more. Do I want to push forward or do we want to get them to... Let's get them to get creative. Because we're obviously creating a bit more, but maybe if they just... yeah, I don't want them to overdo it. Wallace with... oh, we've hit the post. Another highlight there, and we've had a lot of shots in the first half of this game. It really does need to pay off now. We need to get a second goal, probably before half-time. If we can, that'd be fantastic. We don't want to let them get any hope of getting back into this game because they've been so poor. Williams is through here for Shrewsbury. Don't bring him down, don't bring him down. Oh, he's had a... oh, for fuck's sake. First shot on the target in the entire game for Shrewsbury Town, and they are level, and that is a problem we've been suffering with lately. He got in behind, his pace was enough to carry him through here, and, well, just terrible defending. Once he gets in the box, they can't touch him, goes across his man, and it's a bit poor, maybe poor goalkeeping, but still, he should be doing better to maybe keep that one out. Look at the amount of chances we have. Oh, no way. Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to concede there. Bartram now on the right-hand side. It's not his favourite position, but if he can nick it round the corner here, he can. Oh, Chambers has lost the ball. Oh, for God's sake, don't let them break on us again. Ortega gets in a bit of a kerfuffle there with Demetriou, and we were able to break with the ball. Can Leo Chambers... oh, he's lumped it long, but Atanjana drops it down for Jed Wallace. Come on, look wide, look wide. Hollands... yes, thank you. Bartram's in now. Can Andy Bartram do what he does best? No, he can't. He can't. It's hit the post, I think, or it's saved. Wallace's ball back across, and it's in the net. I don't know if it's in off of one of our players or one of theirs. Oh, what? Oh, for God's sake. So, Miles Story committed a foul, it would seem. And he's been given a yellow card? Seems a bit harsh. Oh, God damn it. Oh, another highlight, really? Ortega and saved by Jones. That can't have surely been the highlight. Unless it was a really good save, but it didn't look like it from that angle. And that is a very, very ambitious pass. And we have actually managed to... oh, no, we haven't won it. Just make sure you don't lose the ball here. Watmer is on a booking, so we may have to look at substituting him in the second half at some point because we don't want him to get himself sent off. Partington in the midfield to Hollands. Atanjana whips it over the top for Jed Wallace. Can he score again? No, he can't. He's good, but he's not quite Carling. Right. We need to get a goal. We need to push on in the second half. I'm not really sure what we can do more. Let's have a look. We're already pushed high up, so I don't want to push too high up because we don't want to get caught out. Let's just look at tactics. What can we do to maybe change things up a little bit? We're on counter, but that's just the way this tactic works. I don't want to play maybe a much higher tempo, perhaps? I don't want to go shoot on sight because we're shooting a lot as it is. I don't want to be too... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't want to put too much emphasis on the defending. Maybe we should... I don't know, I think our whipped crosses work pretty damn well so far. It is Story up front, and that's what he likes to do. Maybe if we clear ball the flanks, since we've got those fast wingers, maybe if that... I don't know how much difference that's going to make. We'll probably do a in-match team talk straight away here to tell them to push forward now, because I thought that the creativity might be enough to carry us through, but I'm thinking push forward is going to be what we're going to go with here. Hopefully in the second half we can push in and get that goal to grab us the win here. We do deserve it. We've played fantastically well. Story is also on a booking, which is a bit worrying, as a result of that stupid disallowed goal. If we don't win this one, I'll be very annoyed, because we've been playing really, really well. Created a couple of chances. Probably should have created more chances, and we've got another booking here. We're going to have to look at getting some of these guys off soon, because the last thing we need to do is go down to 10 men. That would be disastrous for us. We're getting even more possession, though. I think clearing the ball to the flanks has had some effect, but we're not getting a lot of shots. If it gets to like 70 and we're still doing this, then we will have to go to shoot on sight, just because maybe the off chance of grabbing a long range. I can't rely on this tactic for too long if it doesn't appear to be working for us. They're getting back into it a little bit in the possession, but they're having a few shots now. We've not really done a lot in this second half so far. Okay, we may have to start changing things up around about now, because they're making all their substitutions. They've sort of rolled every single dice they've got now. Let's just stop it here. And I'm tempted to make a triple substitution. The question is, should I bring on Wesker? Story's not really been that effective today, unfortunately, and I don't really want to have to replace the defenders, but I'm thinking maybe Tom Naylor could just shore things up a little bit. He's got more experience than the likes of Jack Watmer, so hopefully that will help a little bit. I don't know if I should make the third substitution or not, but Partington's looking a little bit knackered, and James Dunn can play that position pretty well. Yeah, well, let's do it. Let's make the 3 substitutions. I'm not going to do the team talk thing. It doesn't really seem to do much. Let's go. Let's just see if this makes a difference. I'll probably switch on shoot on sight soon, because I do want to try and get us the win here. I'm not really sure what else we can do. Can I tell them to push forward again using another team talk? Oh, that looked like it was about to be a highlight. Let's just watch the highlight. And after that, if we don't score from it, and if we concede, I'll be annoyed as hell. We've been... Oh, no. Look at the man over. They have a man... Oh, he's gone past him. Williams. Long-range effort is over the crossbar. Thank God for that. Right, let's just stop it here and get the shoot on sight on. Let's just have a little... Let's have a little run at them. Run at defence and shoot on sight. Let's... No, we don't want to change that. See if I can just... Let's be a bit more assertive about this. I think they do need to work harder, to be honest. With the way things are going, we should demand a bit more from them. We've got 19 minutes to get that goal that will win us the game, and we do need the win here, because Shrewsbury are not a good side, and we've really dominated this fixture. So we deserve all 3 points from it, and if we don't get it, I'll be a little bit disappointed, to be honest. My voice is going slightly there. We've got maybe 19 minutes left, and surely that was the highlight now. Was there more to it? I thought their shot on over the crossbar was the highlight, but it appears not. They do seem to be targeting our wide men, and we've got to be careful, because Dan Butler is on a booking, and the last thing we need to do is lose him. They're quite strong in the midfield where they're winning those headers. We've got to be careful here. But I'm really not sure what else we can do tactically. Right, we've won the ball here. So see if we can break on them. Bartram usually is good at picking out a pass. He's found Atanjana. Now cross it. Get it across the box. Get it across the box. Get it across the fucking box. Oh, they won't pass when they're in... They won't score sweaty goals, and that is a pain in the tits, because we've had a few chances today where we could have scored really sweaty ones. Oh, ball in the box here. No, cleared away. Go on, Danny. Whip one in. Get a good whip on it. No, it's cleared again. Naylor this time. Gets it out to Atanjana. Ball through to Bartram! Yes! Andy Bartram. Shrewsbury 1, Portsmouth 2. Now, big question here is, what do we do? Do we try and defend the 2-1 win, or do we try and keep the pressure on? Because otherwise they might start to come at us. It's a good run from Bartram, and oh, poor goalkeeping in the end from Lutweiler. But what should we do? Oh, we've got another highlight. Okay, well, hopefully this is us. If this is us scoring, then I won't be too bothered about dropping back and being more defensive. Then if we score and make it 3-1 here, then I'll take it, and we can just sit with this tactic, and I'll say to take a breather, because there's only 10 minutes to go. Bartram, please don't lose it. Into James Dunn. Bartram's making a run again. Maybe he's going to get on the end of it again. It's Westcar here. Goes for the long ranger. Oh, top corner. Or it looked like top corner from Craig Westcar. It could have been bottom corner. We're in a 2D match engine. Let's see. That looked like a great goal. Some lovely passing work. And Shrewsbury just look like they're knackered. Westcar gets the ball here out of the area. What a goal. That's up there with the best ones we've scored this season. And I don't think we really need to do a lot else. I might just... Oh, buggery. Westcar's injured. And there's nothing we can do. We've already made all 3 substitutions, and that is the danger of making the triple substitution. But what other choice did we have? Do we even have anyone that can play striker on the... Well, I guess it's not really big a deal. We'll just go without the striker for the last 6 minutes, and I don't think we really need to do a lot. They're not going to score, and if they do, it won't make much difference to us. We're going to get the win. Oh, wait. Are they going to score a late one? No, they're not. That looks like it is, and there it is. Shrewsbury Town 1, Portsmouth 3. We've done it, we've come up with a big win, just do that. I tend not to mess with this, because for some reason they never seem to react well to my team talks when I do the individual talks, even after we've won games. Don't know why that is, but we've managed to come up with a big win. Shrewsbury 1, Portsmouth 3, Jed Wallace, Andy Barcham, and Craig Westcar was the hero, but then has gone off the pitch. So let's see how that leaves us in the league. So we're 8 points clear of York now. And, well, actually, we're back to being 10 points clear again. So we've actually, those back-to-back wins have really helped us. And 12 points now clear of the playoff spots. So that is good. We are really back on track now. So we're just going to leave the match and get ourselves back in. I'm hoping this screen won't take too long. Right, so that is that. Let's just take a look at the inboxes here. Right, that's already set up. Blah, 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 blah. Right, I wanted to see... Oh, Jesus. This is what I'm talking about. Injuries in this game. Every single time a player gets injured, it's always like that, and that is a really nasty one. Westcar has only just come back from an injury, and he's back on the injury table again. I don't know how many we've got injured now. We have had a few come back to fitness, so we're actually doing okay. And is that our only injury? Really? I'm guessing that's senior players, because I'm constantly getting injury updates. So that's a little bit annoying. Well, we're going to do another tactic, but I'm not going to do that until such time as we have completely learned that tactic. So yeah, that is basically that. That is where we find ourselves in the league. Apologies for that. That's my phone going off. And that is where we are. So shall we have a little look? Let's have a look at Miles' story stats. He's doing so well for us this year. Does he have... Now that's strange. He only has 9 finishing. In fact, to be honest, he's more of a defensive kind of forward, but he is playing that role to a T so far. And I think it comes from the acceleration. His balance could do with being a bit better. He's not very strong either, and to be honest, he doesn't look like a particularly great player on those stats, although they are very consistent. Heading's pretty poor, 6, but he is still young. But the fact is, you can't argue with the results. He's got 11 goals for us this year, and you can't really ask more than that. And he is on loan, of course, from Swindon. That's the shame. So again, we're going to have to really start looking into players for next year if we are going to get ourselves promoted, which would appear as though we are going to. So that is our first LiveCom. What did you think of the first LiveCom? I apologise for my horrific commentary, although maybe you didn't think it was horrific. I don't know. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you like this, please feel free to hit the like button. And if you'd like it even more than that, hit that big old subscribe button and join me in the next episode where the LiveCom game, in case you were wondering, well, actually, the probably won't, no, it will be a LiveCom game in the next episode, so never mind about that. Until such time as I can do it in every game, which is annoying. I apologise for the fact that I can't do it in every episode. It has to be every episode, every other episode, because of the way that I record these videos, which is a shame. But I will see you guys in the next episode. So until next time, bye-bye.